It again with that Kingdom Hearts, yes! I'm so happy. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, Keyblade Jojo back with my continuation of the Ventus run in Birth by Sleep, and I just wanted to start from here again just to show that the menu changes depending on who you last played as, or if you beat the game, that it goes back to the actual cover art. But we are now going to continue our run, continue to ignore that Aqua file. That is just a test playthrough, because I love Aqua. So, here we are now, back at it again, and we left off at the world map after chasing after our friend Terra, and we are going to start with the Dwarf Woodlands, considerably to me with one of the shortest levels. Shortest worlds, I should say. So, Ventus's first stop is the Dwarf Woodlands, home to Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Considered Disney's the beginning of Disney's greatness, but to me, not one of my favoriteest movies at all. I mean, I like the movie. It's just that it's not up there per se. Like, it's not there. I'm not impressed by it. Like, it's just like, okay, cool. But here we are in the Dwarf Woodlands. Awesome. So, rules still apply for those that watched my Terra run. So, Birth by Sleep survives. But I'll do a recap. Birth by Sleep's command system, it still holds some of the original stuff that the original games had with your attack, jumping, blocking. They just made the triangle more useful by giving you these things called command decks. Command decks, the way they work is that it's special moves already given to you without the need to put them as an ability and wasting ability points. And by giving you just amazing art such as Quick Blitz, Aerial, Strike Rate, what you see on the far right. But that's enough for my spiel. Overall, that is your way of attacking via command deck. As you can see by deck 1, we could customize it, give us better moves, switch things around if we think that something might be better than the rest, and we are going to switch Quick Blitz with Sliding Dash. Alright, so, and we can meld commands to make things stronger, but we don't have enough stuff nor material because this is our first world. Alright, so let's just power on through. Ventus. My description of Ventus is that, one, he is voiced by Jesse McCartney, so there will be times where I will call him Jesse McCartney just because Jesse McCartney was cool when I was younger. But still is cool. Jesse McCartney's not a bad guy. I've not heard anything bad about Jesse. If there is something bad, please let me know, but really nothing bad. So, Ventus is our speed character. Also, he's known as Ven for short. If Ventus is too much of a mouthful for you, I have no problem calling him Ventus. But he is our speed character. He fights much quicker than Terra ever did, and which is why I'm more confident in using him in Proud mode, because he just goes straight for his combos are much quicker. Especially when you're using the command style Fever Pitch. Ventus' story is more fun than the rest. Everybody else is like a little too serious, while as for Ventus, he's just like, hey, what's up? Oh, yeah, who are you? Oh, I'm Ventus. Oh, cool, we're friends. Yeah, you're friends. Ventus is the friendly guy of the group. Alright. Don't have any healing items right off the bats, but then again, we don't really need healing items at this point. And here are the Seven Dwarves, with the most iconic thing about them is that they mine for diamonds, gems, crystals, whatever you could think of in a mine. Mostly diamonds.
Who are you?
He doesn't seem like a threat, but of course, Grumpy jumps to conclusions.
Take cover, you fools!
Funny how he initiates this insanity when Doc was ready to be buddies with him. Like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm Doc. I mean, I can understand, like, this is their mind, this is where they come to work, this is where they get their...
I'm sorry.
Make their bread and butter, but Ventus really is a nice guy. But Grumpy, of course, being grumpy, hence the name, likes to jump to conclusions.
That's not nice. Treating me like some kind of bad guy? I'm just trying to find a friend. His name
Trying
is
to find a
Terra.
friend, yeah.
He's dressed kind of like me, about yay tall.
Sounds like a tall tale to me. Go on, get.
We don't
Jeez.
know any Terra.
Please, could you come over here? I just want to talk.
Oh, hold for it. Stay where you are.
Shut up. Jeez. Like, I
we'll do
like
this the
Grumpy.
hard
He's the most iconic dwarf out of everybody. In fact, Disney, when it comes to their Snow White merch, it's usually Grumpy is the front runner. Everyone just likes the fact that he's so small, tiny, and yet angry. Like short girls. Apologies to all the short girls I know, or any short girl in general. This is not... So, we have a mini game where we have to... Speaking of mini, where we have to find all the 6 other dwarves, because if we kind of notice in the last room I was in, Burpee is a little too slow on the uptick, like, maybe I should run away? No. So, we got the most angry guy out the way. He goes back to where Dopey is, but yeah, so the other 6 dwarves decide to run, and we're gonna find them. And with Ventus' speed, the attacks are quite devastating. Some of the dwarves, like Sleepy and Bashful, I believe, they're like in more docile traits. Some of the characters they might fight back because of the fact that they don't know what to do. Grumpy will definitely fight back, as we're hearing slightly over if we could hear past my annoying voice. Sneezy is just jumping around, sneezing upwards, so that's what makes those bots move around. We're definitely gonna need XP. I'm gonna try my best to clear rooms as best as I can in this run because I'm playing on proud mode as Ventus. Even though I'm not even his like Ventus I can take a hit in proud mode, it's just that Ventus proud mode in this game is just like what am I doing this for? Am I playing in proud mode? I really have no idea. If I could get rid of these guys then I could check my menu. So forgive me if I'm wasting time on clearing out the enemies. Oop, let's get away from them. Get away, turn blue, and okay. Config. Yep, we're on proud mode. Okay, so this is... So as the game progresses, it'll definitely get harder. And my health will... Some of the dwarves will stay in their place because they're not... They really aren't like fighters, or they're not intentionally fighters. So here we have Sleepy. He didn't put too much of a fight because, well, he was sleeping under the crate. I could have used that finisher on this group of crates over there, but I didn't. Payback raid, sweet. Some of the doors will just run away. So and I believe that's the dog right there. I could tell somewhat from his trousers. Speed pitch is definitely the speed. Yep, I was right. Did I say trousers? I mean his shirt. His work shirt. Alright, there's another small group of crates here. I think Happy's in this one. Oh, it was just unversed. Okay, so... Okay, there's another box. Yep, this one is Happy. I can tell by the pudginess of them. Even though they're all pretty pudgy, it's just that Happy is the most noticeable. Come on, dude. They can't tell if you're attacking from a distance, but Happy's pretty fast for a chubby guy. Alright. At least the health doesn't automatically go back. Oh, not so Happy. Alright, there's one more, and that is Bashful. Bashful is the only one that's in the minecart. And the minecart, the transitions are not that terrible. Guys, that's pop out right now, I think. Yep. You gotta be quick somewhat. You have to go up. If you come from the front, it will hurt you, but it doesn't really matter. At least the health doesn't go back up. It's a weird transition the way the minecart works. Like it goes from there to here, but at the same time, it's fine. Alright, and that's all of them.
Come on. I'm telling you,
I'm not wasting
no
time with
thief.
cutscenes, even though this is an any percent run.
That's what they all
It's just for
say.
story purposes,
Well,
you know,
we're
because I
on
do
here.
like Birth by Sleep story
Fine, I
somewhat.
get it. You want me to leave, I'll leave.
Plus, it's been a while since I witnessed the story of the game. Of the series, like, at least the important stuff.
Can you
Somewhat
tell me where I
important.
can find some other people around here?
There's a castle beyond the chorus. I mean the forest.
Got it.
I forget that
thanks.
Doc messes up his words half the time. Now, for those that actually watched my last part, I did say I was going to try to keep my parts short in terms of like maybe one world per part, but just for the sake of time, I got confused with the title. So basically, I pulled the Doc. I got confused by the title and thought that I was gonna go to Castle of Dreams first, which is the Cinderella World. Hence the title of this video. If you read it.
Gotcha. It's over.
I will be fighting enemies just for the sake of leveling up as much as I can because of the sheer fact that, well, I'm in proud mode, and proud mode can be very punishing. Not as much as critical, but proud mode can be just as punishing. Especially, at least in bosses. Some of my parts are long because I have to go somewhere. I have to take care of something in my in my place. Wish I had like a backup player with me. I could use my sister's dog, but he doesn't have disposable thumbs. All right, so onward to the cottage. So we find out where the dwarves live. Terra doesn't get this far in his heart at all. The furthest he can go is the Dark Forest, I believe. No, in fact, not even to the Dark Forest. He doesn't even go into the Dark Forest. Only Ventus and Aqua go into the Dark Forest.
This must be where those little
But
men...
only Ventus is allowed to the mines. Aqua isn't, nor Terra. So one thing with the Birth by Sleep games is that I don't think I've mentioned in the series is that sure the players arrive in different the characters arrive in different points of the game. Like Ventus arrives sometime after Terra, like with Snow White right now. Snow White is in the forest, ran into the forest in the first place is because Terra scared her somewhat with the monsters running around. And because she got startled, she went into the forest, and once she goes into the forest and starts screaming, that's where Ventus scares her. So Terra at this moment in time is in the world, but he's turned back. He's fighting Unversed in the meadow area, and is going to go back to fight the evil queen. While Ventus, he goes save Snow White, comes and brings her to safety, and then goes to fight the boss and leaves because the dwarves like make it really loud and clear. We don't want you here, man. Get out. And like the dwarves really don't like Ventus just because Grumpy was just like, he's a diamond thief. Leave him, keep him away from us. I could ramble on all day when it comes to the Kingdom Hearts story, and it's just so intriguing to me. Yes, I will waste time getting treasure chests. Are you kidding me? It's Kingdom Hearts. Alright. Time for the Snow White escort mission. I really don't like Kingdom Hearts escort missions except the Queen Mini one where she at least fights back if you trigger the command. Trigger.
Oh, the trees! They tried to grab me!
It's okay. You were probably just seeing things. It happens to all of us when we're afraid.
That is tall.
I feel quite better now. I'm sure I'll get along somehow.
There are some princesses that are taller than Ven because they're taller than Sora, but because Ven's height in this game apparently resembles somewhat of Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora
I'll take you there.
in terms of height, but really
I'm
he's
Ventus. Ven, for
practically
short.
as tall as regular
Thank you,
Roxas.
Ven. My name's Snow White.
Great. Let's get going.
Snow White really is the sweetest out of all princesses. Like, she truly is innocent. She just wants to enjoy life, but unfortunately the evil queen's just like, nah, you're too beautiful to be in my domain because I'm supposed to be the most beautiful. Alright, so we just have to escort Snow White to the other side of the room.
Gotcha.
If Snow White gets too much damage, of course the level is over and we have to start from scratch again. So of course the trees don't have the power to hurt her. It's not just the trees, it's also the Empress. But with the attack that we are using right now, it definitely protects Snow White. You just gotta make sure the Unbridge don't give her, doesn't double the damage with her. You just gotta keep Snow White moving. We could worry about the Unbridge as we move along. And at least the attack that I'm using helps. There's no reward for keeping her completely safe. At least the finishing attack that I use is like an area of effect type of deal. Once the AI senses that there's not really an obstacle in front of her, she'll keep moving. So this is where it should end, but it has to be more towards the middle, so we gotta get some of the Unverse out the way. Alright, we reached our goal, and keep on moving. For me, it's inevitable for the people that I'm escorting to get damaged, but no. Well. So here we are in
you'll be safe here. But sit
the
tight while I
dwarves'
look
place, you know, chilling out, hanging out, Matson, relaxing. Maybe shoot some people outside the school, or should I say cottage? Alright, so they come home. They don't see me because I'm scoping out the area, but they do find Snow White sleeping in their beds, even though their beds are as tiny as they are. I don't know how she can sleep in them.
Someone's asleep in here.
Oh my god! What are you doing here?
around. The coast is clear. Not a monster in sight. Huh.
You!
Couldn't stay away, could you? And who invited you in, you rotten thief?
Oh no, he's not a thief. He rescued me.
Indeed.
You mustn't be moved. I mustn't be fooled by him, Princess.
Just go on and get.
Please don't send him away. You see, he helped me when I was lost. And oh, so very frightened.
What happened?
Well, I was picking flowers by the wood, and there was a stranger there. He had a sword, but it was like a key. And then these monsters came and...
A sword like a key. Terra!
You mean this stranger saw you and sent his horde of evil demons after you?
Lies.
Terra would
Fake
never
news.
do that.
Oh, of course. I'm sure he wouldn't. Not if he's someone who's your friend.
Princess, you trustn't be so trusting.
He's a lion. Mark my words.
I'll prove it.
I'll prove it. In his attempt to find Terra, he'll fight at Unverse instead. So when it comes to Ventus, he fights more the normal stuff. In my viewpoint. I mean, everybody fights their own fair share of Unverse than Kingdom Hearts villains, Disney villains in their sense. So for Ventus in this world, he's fighting an Unverse. He's fighting an Unverse boss. Alright. And we just go straight to the boss. It really is a short world. So, here we are.
Back off!
So if you skip cutscenes, it's really quick. You just finding the door, saving Snow White, and fighting this thing. Because you don't really have to focus on the enemies unless you're playing the higher difficulty trying to get some experience. Alright, so Wood is supposed to hate fire, but my fire attack is not that fantastic around him. And we could rely on... Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful somewhat. We got some. Definitely gotta be careful here. And I think his health is at the okay point for me to use my flame salvo technique. Ooh.
Gotcha. Win.
Gotta be careful. Okay, I think now is safe for it. Safe time for it.
Bring it.
Alright. And we unlocked Firestorm, but we don't have any fire moves to really use it. But we do have a new deck slot. And I think this is the farthest Ventus is allowed to go through since the cutscene was here, but he definitely can't go to the castle. He says there's nothing this way for him. And so, now, this is kind of a sad moment, because for those that have watched Snow White, you would know who that old lady is and what the apple represents in this world. And Ventus, being the kind person that he is, he doesn't know what's going on.
To tell the truth,
He's the kind-hearted, foolish boy. But he's not like foolish. Like, he thinks everything is okay because he's so nice.
Sword before.
Terra has one. You know Terra?
Oh yes. That ruffian pointed one of those at me, asking about some Xehanort.
And this is
my
where
poor heart nearly stopped.
This is where Keybear's like foolishness shines. He's like, what? No way. How did that happen?
Ma'am, where did Terra go?
I'm sure I have no idea.
But overall, for those that seen the movie, you know what the apple means, and Ventus just, in some way, took part in Snow White's poisoning. Like, that apple specifically, the red one, the red apple specifically is what poisons Snow White, not the other ones. Like, the red apple is what's, you know, like, important. And Ventus, like, definitely ruined Snow White's day. Alright. So, gonna have to make this part long because of the fact that the way I worded the title, or not necessarily. It takes a while for the videos to upload, so I guess we can call it a part here. 24 minutes is fine. I don't want to go too far into it, make it like go close to an hour, like my last game session half an hour ago, almost. But if you like this part, please like, comment, and if you feel like it, subscribe. I will not twist your arm about it, but thank you for watching this part of my playthrough, and maybe later in the day or tomorrow even, I'll post a new part. I mean, I'm just hanging on my Zimmer, and of course, I'm going to end the part like I did with the Terra run. If I get a new Keyblade, I'm switching it to it now, just so I don't have to worry about it later. Treasure Trove is a pretty strong Keyblade. So, and safety save, of course. Can never be too sure. Only microphone audio is being broadcast. Yeah. Alright. 25 minutes, fair amount of time. Thanks again for watching, people, and I will see you next time.